Here's a poem out of my book, The Poet's Journey. You can find it at Barnes & Noble. I'm going to read, it's a 2-part poem. It's 2 separate poems, though. So the first one is called The Girl I Buried. I had to let her go, the girl who smelled like smoke and sour rain, who learned early how to disappear in silence, in sarcasm, in anything that numbed. She had her mother's wild eyes, the kind that searched dumpsters for dinner and called it an adventure. Her lessons were street lit and broken. Do what you want. Feel nothing. Love no one too hard. She let me rot in my own hurt and called it freedom. I was toxic. Back then to others. To myself, I thought that survival meant destruction. That hate was safer than hope. She still speaks to me sometimes, gives it bad advice in my own voice. Tells me I'm not enough, reminds me of everything I never had. Ask if I miss her. And I do, but not the pain. If she stood in front of me now, all the bruises, I'd take her hand. I'd say, it's okay to rest. You don't have to fight everything. You were just doing what you knew, and I'd pull her close, let her cry, let her go. I had to bury her so I could breathe. From The Girl You Buried. I know you buried me with shaking hands, heart pounding like a war drum. You didn't want to march anymore. I watched you walk away, head high, back straight, like you didn't feel the roots we still shared. But I remember everything. I remember learning survival from a woman who wore pain like perfume and impossible to wash off. I let you run wild because no one ever taught us what safe felt like. I gave you my worst because it's all I knew. I'm sorry for that. You call me toxic, but I was just terrified. You hated me because I held the things you couldn't carry anymore. But I never hated you. I see now, soft, where I was sharp. Open where I was closed. You bloom like something that thought it would never see the sun. And if I could say anything from this grave you built for me, it's this. Thank you for doing what I couldn't. Thank you for making it out. You didn't abandon me. You set me free. And if you ever need me, not the chaos, but the fight, the fire, I'm still here. Quiet now. Waiting like a match in your pocket. Thank you, everybody. Those 2 poems I actually wrote at 2 separate times in my life. I had a hard childhood. Um, honestly, if you read the book, Poet's Journey, um, there are some things in there you probably will learn a lot about me. Um, I made this book for me mostly to prove that I was better and that I could get my poetry out there. I was terrified when I first started. And when I did this challenge and got this book done, I don't know, I was scared. I was terrified because I've hid so much of me from the world that I was scared that people would read my poetry and they'd be like, ugh, that's terrible, or they would judge me. Just a list of things. I have a lot of anxiety. Um, I feel like, though, since I have got my poetry out there, I do have a Facebook page. It's Brittany Lima Poetry. Come follow me. But since I've got it out there, I have made some amazing friends.